Hey Taurus, what's good Taurus? How are you? We are going to be doing your channeled message for today, but I got a couple of downloads for anyone within our collective that may be guided to this reading. You don't have to be a Taurus sun sign, but I do feel like you'll have to really connect with the overall energy that's showing up, okay, in this download, all right? I'm stalling, y'all. I don't know if you can tell. If y'all are new, I'm a psychic medium here on YouTube. So you will see me go through emotions, and that's kind of how I unpacked the reading, okay? So if you see me go through emotional states where I'm having highs or lows, all of it's connected. That's really how I personally tap into the overall channel message. And I feel like for whatever reason I need to tell you this, so that's why Spirit is having me kind of have a heart-to-heart moment with you, whoever you are, okay? The song that I got for you is Jasmine Sullivan, okay? Scared of Loving You. And pretty much this song is about her being able to, she could go and perform for the queen. She can go and sell out shows and perform on stage. She can pretty much do all these different things, but when it comes to loving you, when it comes to opening up to love, that's where she becomes scared, okay? So I really encourage you to take some time and check out the song, because there's some messages that will really give you some type of clarity in the lyrics. That's what I'm tapped into. Now I'm losing my train of thought. All of this is necessary. I feel like someone is performing some type of self-check. You're evaluating yourself. You're really trying to maintain your composure in regards to a situation. So let's just start over. I'm about to scratch this whole reading and start over, but I'm not starting over. I'm just talking out loud, okay? You have to be someone, in order to resonate with today's channel message, someone that's trying to maintain your composure. You're trying to maintain being able to take constructive criticism. You're trying not to take things the wrong way. You're trying to keep an open mind. And on top of keeping an open mind, you're also trying to hear other people and their perspectives out. So I do feel like there's an opening here for open lines of communication, because you're in that evaluation stage. Okay. You want to make sure before you make a final decision, whether you're firing somebody, whether you're hiring somebody, or whether you are trying to make a permanent move and relocate somewhere, before you make this major life event or this major life leap towards a goal or a plan that you once wanted for yourself, you need to feel confident in what you're about to do or what you want to do. So if that's you and you resonate with what I'm saying to you right now, then we need to talk for a little bit. Okay, but it is going to take me a second to really connect with your energy, whoever you are, because your energy it's not closed off. Like I said, it is open, but it's scared. And when I'm communicating to scared energy, it's very fragile, it's very delicate. And so a lot of times you will push your emotions out or project your emotions out, and I have to process through what you gave me, right? Energetically. Okay, you may be saying, TT, I didn't give you shit. I'm on another side of the world. I didn't do none of it. But when you're sitting thinking and you're pondering and you're evaluating situations and experiences, those thoughts are going into the air. The telephone, you talk to someone all the way in Russia, you talk to someone all the way in another state, but you never doubt or question whether or not the waves of communication are making it to its destination, because it's all packed in wires that you can tangibly see. Even though you can't see the wires, we plugged in right now. So whoever you are, you made it to my desk. I don't know when you're going to make it to this reading, but your spiritual team has brought you to me. And they want me to talk to you about this situation. So that's what we do over here on Talk Taurus Tarot. We talk it out, we work it out, we get you your guidance, all right? And then you get to have some options laid before you, and you can make your, make more confident decisions. I'm over here about to stutter, y'all. This don't even make no damn sense. All right, so give me 2 seconds. Let me compose myself, and then this is gonna take a while because I can't rush with you. So don't rush me. I don't think you're gonna rush me, but I do feel other people rushing me. So I just want to let y'all know I am rubber and not glue. So whatever you say, think, or do is gonna bounce off of me and go right back to you. Period. See, now I feel better. Okay. So, like I said, either one, you're doing this evaluation about yourself, or you're evaluating your personal performance. Like, am I going in the right direction? Am I ready for this? Okay. This is a big decision. You hate to disappoint yourself and others. So you're really trying to make sure that you're able to do this and it comes out perfectly. Like I said, for you, I don't feel like this is all about relationships. This is a plethora of decisions that you have to make, and you have a lot of people that have to play their role in order for whatever you're planning to come into fruition. So let's say you're a supervisor, a manager, or somebody. You have a lot of people to supervise, and so you need to make sure no one's going to call out sick at the last minute. You need to make sure everyone has their name tags, their boarding pass. There's a lot of things that you have to do, and so it's go season. It's a lot of things that you're reviewing right now. I feel like you're also in this season of signing checks, whether that be energy checks or like checks on a bill. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you're the person that has to sign approvals for other people to get their job done. So I'm seeing all of these different things are running across your eyes. And as they're running across your eyes, I'm having all these visions of like, okay, someone is like, okay, we need you to sign for this and approve this right here. And then you're looking at it and you're trying to make sure that you're not, signing your life away, but you're holding this exterior composure where nobody would ever know. But on the inside, like at the pit of your stomach, it also feels as if you are lovesick, and you hate this feeling, but you're trying not to close up your heart chakra because you don't want to crack something, or you don't want to repeat something or break something that's fragile. But there's something that you want to say and you don't really know how to initiate the conversation. Something that you want to get off your chest and you don't really know how to initiate the conversation. I also feel like you may be evaluating the performance of somebody else. That was another download that I got. And I don't feel like this part that I'm talking about is an evaluation of like an employee or a coworker. I feel like this evaluation is in regards to a potential romantic partnership. Okay. Now, what you're evaluating in this partnership is whether or not somebody is ready to settle down. Okay. You're also evaluating whether or not someone is marriage material or someone is relationship material. You're also evaluating whether or not someone can take this side of you, because I feel like there's a side of you that not many people know because you compartmentalized. Okay. And just as I was being able to sense and see deeper into your energy, you're already kind of trying to give me the representative of who you are versus just letting me see the good, the bad, the ugly. And that way I can make my own determination of what I'm sensing, feeling, and seeing. It doesn't have to be pretty, but it has to be real. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be true. Because the truth is what sets us free. The authenticity is what reveals everything. That's where each and every single person gets to know exactly what it is that you or anyone else wants. And I feel like if you are in a season of evaluating another person, eventually that person is going to be able to sense intuitively that you're only evaluating them and they have yet to really get to know you and who you are. So on some level, you're going to have to let someone in. You're going to have to let someone in. Emotionally, you're going to have to leave the surface level and make time to be vulnerable and talk about the things you don't like. I feel like I'm talking to somebody that likes to keep everything very positive, very vanilla. They don't really like to talk about the things that they don't like because they're trying to teach themselves how to focus on the things that they do want. And so they look at that as a positive attribute, 1111, versus like, why do we have to even talk about the negative? Why do we have to even consider it? Why do we have to even focus on it? It's better to just affirm the positive anyway and only think about that. But that's detachment from our human ground level experience. Okay? And a part of going into the ground level experience of our human journey, it's not all peaches and cream. It's not all pretty. And just because you are acknowledging confirmation, thank you, Spirit. Just because you're acknowledging a negative emotion or a negative situation doesn't mean that you are affirming it into your reality or that you are taking it with you. You acknowledge things so they can be released. 12:12. When you acknowledge things and you allow those feelings to come through, a processing happens. Imagine being a human being and you never got to take a piss or take a shit. You would be one shitty ass person. And that's kind of like that on the spiritual level as well. You need to go to the bathroom. All right? So you can flush whatever needs to be flushed from the spiritual body, from the emotional body, and you won't be scared anymore. But that fear sometimes can get you to start protecting it. And I feel like you're evaluating yourself like, okay, let me not assume the worst. Let me not assume the worst. Let me look back at this situation. Let me evaluate it properly. Let me be patient. But there's something that you hate, but you're too ashamed to admit that you hate it because you feel as if it would be a deal breaker. Boom, I got it. There's something that you feel like would be a deal breaker and you don't necessarily want to lead with that. You don't necessarily want to jump right into that because you want someone to get to know you first without having those deal breakers on the table. And when you feel comfortable, then you want to lead. Then you'll tell your deal breakers. That's counterproductive. Like, why would you wait till later to give your non-negotiables or your deal breakers? The best thing to do in any situation is, whether this is a professional relationship, a romantic relationship, or family or friends, you need to lead with what it is that you want. So that way you're not trying to change anyone and no one is trying to change you to fit what it is that you want, or for them to fit or try to fit the shoes or the mold that you're creating for them. So we're going to dive a little bit deeper into this, get the channel message, and we're also going to look at the overall prediction for you. Before we get into your guidance, they want me to dive a little deeper. Okay, because you're going to make me work for it. I must be talking to a masculine Taurian energy. Because I only work this hard with masculine dominant energy. And that's because there's a very prideful, very prideful tie that comes up in this energy. All right, I'm hearing don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Don't save her. So some of you may be in this energy where you're really trying to avoid gold diggers. Okay, let's talk about gold diggers or gold diggers. So you have like these pitchforks set up to really weed out the gold diggers from the real. And your perception of real people has a certain archetype. Okay, the type of archetype that they possess is kind of like that damsel in distress, the person that, you know, very low maintenance. They don't need a lot. They're not trying to really, they're open to receiving what a person has to offer them, but they're not demanding, and they're not pretty much expecting these expensive gifts, expensive dates, or expensive whatever. So you're really looking for someone that kind of fits that bill. Okay, that's what I'm seeing here. You're not trying to get with someone that's with you for the sake of getting ahead in life. You're not trying to get with someone that's only with you because they want to upgrade or they want to improve their situation. And ladies, this rings true for you as well, especially if you're masculine dominant, in the sense of you attract a lot of feminine males that tend to utilize you as their fixer. You know, you upgrade the men, they get better jobs, stuff like that. So even though I'm talking about it from a perspective where I do feel like I'm talking to a lot of masculine energies, understand you can be a female and you have a lot of dominant traits of masculine energy. And no, I am not referring to just, left brain, right brain. All of that is cute, but save that. We all have masculine and feminine traits, but I'm saying you lead with more of your choices through logic, through action, right? And through the things that you're doing. Whoever you are, you're looking for someone that is feminine in nature. You want to be masculine. You want to be the head of your house. You know, you want to have a cohesive household. And I feel like a lot of masculine energies ask for this, but they don't necessarily really want it, but we'll get into it. Okay. And before you start rebutting me, there are some things that I can tell you, you know. But anyway, we're going to move on. Whatever this goal is, your goal is to make sure that you guys can do the free things together and still enjoy each other's company. You also are looking for someone that isn't so busy in their own personal life, chasing their own dreams and goals to the point where they don't know how to make time for you. They don't know how to prioritize the relationship. They're so busy being hyper independent. Can't nobody tell them what to do. Can't nobody tell them, you know, all they know is I got to work, or I have a lot of responsibilities and so forth. So it's been a catch-22 for you, whoever you are, because of the fact that you have found yourself in situations where you think it's a go, and come to find out they're not ready. Come to find out they're still trying to hit the streets. They're not really ready to settle down. And no one is ever really good enough. Okay. Now here's where the things get a little funny. Okay. Because what Spirit is pretty much revealing to me is that even though you want all of those qualities in a partner, right? And you do want to feel needed, and you do want to feel as if somebody desires to have you provide for them, care for them, and, you know, wait for your direction, you know, let you lead. This is that energy of someone wanting another person to let them lead, trusting them, trusting their choices and their decisions, right? There's still a part of you as well that doesn't want someone that's going to bark when you say bark, skip when you say skip. You also desire the side of the person that's not afraid to give you valid criticism, you know, during the right time, under the right circumstances as well. And since part of you also likes being told about yourself, it's forcing you to take a look at yourself and ask yourself, well, how can I be attracted to this aspect of a person but not like that aspect of a person, you know, but at the same time desire both? And why don't you feel like you deserve the best of both worlds? Someone that is down to kick it with you, someone that's down to hang out with you where it's nothing involved, or there's no expectation of this elaborate date or this elaborate this, while at the same time having someone that's not afraid to tell you where you fuck up, or to tell you, you know, tell you how you could improve yourself. There's a thin line, okay, between flow and control. And you can place all these different, you know, all these different, like I said, pitchforks. Or you can set all these different things up where you're guiding. You're like, I'm guiding you right to this sweet spot. I'm trying to tell you how to get to this part here, but you got to color in the lines. I feel like you are dealing with someone that do not like coloring in the lines. So if you have any type of fear, or you're scared of loving someone, putting the pitchforks up there and creating that parameter is only to protect yourself. You only need to protect yourself because you are afraid of loving. But if you remove the pitchforks, maybe it wouldn't trigger that person. Because I feel like you're triggering someone because they don't like to be steered or molded or guided in a particular direction. They will go willingly. This is like a free horse, right? You can have the enclosure, right? But when the horse wants to be in the enclosure, they will be in there. When the horse doesn't want to be, they won't be there. But the horse will always come back to you because the horse feels like you are the only person that allows them to feel free. You get more from accepting a person than you do from trying to restrict and you're trying to course direct another person. I hope you get what I'm saying. But at the same time, you don't know how to, it's like the extreme of something. It's okay to suggest a meal. It's okay to suggest, you know, it's hard. It's hard to explain, y'all. It's okay to suggest certain things. It's okay to plant seeds. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. It's like if you're not rescuing someone, or you're not rescuing a damsel, or you're not saving someone, there's this energy of feeling like you have to save someone from infinite doom, or you have to save someone from something. And if you can't save them, you feel like you failed. So let's ask a better question. Spirit, what are they trying to save this person from? What is... Oof. We have the King of Wands and the Chariot. Let's see. Okay, so we have the King of Wands and the Chariot. I feel like as if, because the King of Wands is not your energy. Maybe you're trying to save somebody indirectly from falling for a false person, or falling for someone that doesn't deserve them or doesn't appreciate them. You get what I'm saying? Which is another protective pitchfork to put up, right? This is almost giving me like that, father son or father daughter dynamic. It's like parent child dynamic. Let's not put a gender on it. It's giving parent child dynamic here, because it has something to do with when a parent wants their child to make better choices when it comes to dating. Parents do that, right? They will suggest or imply or plant seeds of in a certain direction to kind of steer their child indirectly towards a particular type of relationship without trying to tell them with words. So it's an energetic, suggestive realm, which comes off like a supervisor, chaperone, supervisor. I'm overseeing something, and truthfully, because they're young and they're impressionable, you don't really trust their judgment, or because they've made bad choices in relationships before, you don't really trust their judgment. So if you can kind of keep them from falling down the wrong path with a karmic relationship or repeating karmic cycles with people, you feel as if you help someone make a good choice in their life. Now, I feel like either you're the savior of so many people like this, or you have taken on this purpose of like saving people from infinite doom or the inevitable doom when it comes to these types of people. But it feels like it's stemming from like, I wasn't able to, like, you know how Spider-Man wasn't able to save like in the Spider-Man the multiverse, one of them, like in the story of Spider-Man, he always has a girl, right? And in every version of him, he always saves the girl. And in one of the versions of him in the multiverse, he wasn't able to save her, so she died. Now that experience of losing her left like an imprint, right? And so when he came to the one with Zendaya, when he came to the multiverse where Zendaya was or whatever, and he saw someone, like he saw himself in that character, and when he felt like that character was going to repeat, like that was going to happen for someone else, he became hyper focused on assuring that she didn't die. So he took on that responsibility. He said it. He was like, I wasn't able to save my Mary Jane. But pretty much he was glad he was able to save his. And she looked at him and she was like, you good? Like, you okay? He was like, yeah, I feel like someone here wants to save someone else from experiencing the same fate. So it's like, think of your future self or yourself from another version, or yeah, like a multiverse version of you is trying to help you see how you failing once before at saving your Mary Jane has triggered some type of martyrdom Okay, because this is giving me hero energy, Captain Hero. But that in this situation, yes, in that lifetime, whoever's guiding you or whoever's helping you with this major life decision, they're pretty much giving you the insight of how you have that fear of failing because they're just around you. And in that lifetime, there was a version of you that did fail. And so that version of yourself is kind of there to fill in the gaps of what you did wrong in that lifetime as the remedy of what you can avoid this lifetime when it comes to acquiring what you're trying to achieve. I feel like your person, yes, that version of you is pretty much saying that your confidence, like just being the leader, is all you have to do, and your Mary Jane will follow. Okay, because that's how you guys are intertwined. The way in which your Mary Jane in this lifetime is hardwired, some way, somehow, no matter where you go or what you do, y'all will always end up at the same place in the same location when you're meant to be there, because y'all have this echo of resonance that will always come together in some capacity. So no matter how much you fixate on trying to change something or control something, if the prophecy is that you will be together, you will be together. If the story, if a part of your destiny and that person is meant to be in your life, they're going to be in your life. How you guys get there is not to worry about. Because sometimes when you try to utilize messages or confirmations as a way to avoid certain pitfalls, you don't even realize that you call it in closer, you call it in sooner, and that the universe already knew that you were going to be stubborn and you were going to do it your way regardless. And so this is really an act of you trusting your higher self, you trusting that what's meant to be will be, and that you can let go. Nothing that wants to be kept wants to be controlled. You get it? You get me? Like, nothing that loves you wants to be kept. You understand? It's just true. If you think about anything, which is why if you have a dog, right? Dogs are loyal. They also are free. But whether you let them go outside or not, they keep coming back because they want to come back. You get what I'm saying? Or cats. You may love cats. You can let a cat go outside. They're going to find you because they want to come back. So you don't have to really like, oh my God, you can't get out. You can't get out. I'm going to lose you. That's going to make the cat not want to sync with you. That's going to make the cat not want to be around you, or the dog. I hope this is making sense to whoever is supposed to make sense to. Bottom line, you can't avoid the inevitable. Which is why this is probably why I heard yesterday when somebody was talking about, I forgot where I heard it. But there was some type of saying or something where a king and a queen got a prophecy. Yes, I got a confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. A king and a queen got a prophecy that they would give birth to a child that would kill his father and marry his mother. And when the king and the queen found out that they were going to give birth to a child that would do that, kill kill the father and marry the mother, they decided that when the child was born, they were going to kill the child so that they can get rid of the whole curse to begin with. They were just going to erase the whole responsibility out of their life to begin with. So they did exactly that. They gave the child to the maid and told the maid to pretty much kill the child. However, the maid couldn't bring herself to doing that. So she takes the child and she takes the child to a neighboring city, like just as a lost wandering child, right? Pretty much gives this child up for adoption. And just for the child to become a very successful person or prominent figure in another country and make their way back to where they technically were born, putting them in a position where they would have to kill their father, and took the kingdom and married the mother. However, all along, this child never knew that that was their parents. So the prophecy was depicting what was to come of them because of their control issues of trying to change that. So really the real lesson in that situation was, what about if they were to keep their child, love their child, then the child would know who their parents were, and that maybe the fate would have changed that way. Okay, or the karma would have been changed that way. So something about this feels like karma. There's a lesson to be learned about lacking humility, lacking love. When you're scared, you'll do certain things like give your child up or have your child killed just to preserve yourself, sacrificing your children to preserve yourself, because all you could think about is you and how long you want to live, to the point where you'll get rid of everybody else connected to before they even have the ability to make that decision. That's what I'm seeing here. And maybe some of you guys felt that way as well. Maybe you guys felt as if you were abandoned or thrown away for the self-preservation of another person or themselves. And so part of you may really resonate with trying to avoid that entire curse of the father's sins being repeated by being with someone that's the complete opposite of what you feel as if you are doomed or cursed to experience because of the abandonment wound that you may possess up your family tree. There's that energy as well. A lot of times it stems from, I'm gonna desire the complete opposite. I don't want an independent person that's gonna end up leaving me and don't want to be with me. I don't want someone that's self-sufficient, that thinks for themselves. I don't want someone that's gonna talk back to me because I want to be in control, so I can dictate and make sure that I avoid the curse where this person leaves me, right? So you'll create this entire curse trying to avoid the repetition of it, and you don't even realize that the decision that you're about to make is about to be even more life-changing because you're scared of love. You're scared of loving someone, and you'll fuck around and marry someone and be cursed even harder, and you don't even realize that all of this was about you just still going after something that you desire without being scared. So take that how it resonates. Sheesh. Look at that, the Queen of Wands in reverse. You may be wanting or desiring to change someone, like tame someone. This is also taming energy, waiting for someone to get off their high horse and be more submissive. Okay. Yeah, death and rebirth. Goddamn. There's something that you like, but you can't quite get it to behave or shut up and fly straight or do, surrender control to you. And all of that is stemming from some type of hate that was passed down to you, or some type of information, like trying to avoid a loss. I don't want to take no L's. And if I got anything to do about it, if I can control the outcome, I'm going to choose to date the complete opposite of what I think I want. No matter how much you may y'all may compliment each other, or how much y'all may be, you know, it's like, I don't have the patience for that. No, it'll never work. Yes, look at that. But you have like this intense telepathic connection with someone, but convincing yourself that it'll never work. Sheesh. So let's get into your channel message here. So we have the empath in reverse. So there are some gifts that I feel like you had. This may stem back to your relationship with your mother. This ain't gonna resonate for everybody, but 33 could be very significant. You may be 33 years old, but this distorted perception around things may be from having a very masculine mother. Maybe your relationship with your mother, they were so masculine to the point they lacked empathy and affection because they had to be so strong. So you're super hard on yourself to make sure you could provide a life that allows a woman to be a woman, or a feminine to be a feminine. So this way you can avoid that. You feel as if you can get that, you can avoid wondering if that person's ever going to cheat on you, wondering if that person is ever going to leave you, and you're trying to avoid that curse. That's what I'm seeing here. So I feel like during this time, I don't know if there was like I feel like open heart surgery is being performed. That's what I feel like here. Going deeper on the inside is being performed. Something long overdue. Evaluating parts of yourself. Like you feel this calling, you feel this call, you feel this pull, you feel this strong heart. Okay. Yes, we have man holding a coat. I told you I was picking up on a lot of masculine energy, right? This is how you find yourself in situations where sheesh. Okay, infinite potential. I feel like you're trying. Oh man, why does it keep flipping like this? I just want someone to just stay still and stop moving for a second. I feel like someone's walking and listening or moving around a lot and multitasking, and I really need you to sit down because I feel like there's an archetype. This is bigger, right? Because I'm zooming in on certain soul ties that you may share of like repetitive lessons with people. Someone wants to sever those soul ties that you have with other souls, right? But in order for you to sever those soul ties, you, like I said, they're an ultimate mirror. They're examining where these like what's keeping you, what's hindering you from trusting and leaping in love, what's making you doubt love. And so this person is retrieving, or you could be doing this, Taurus, because we have the King of Pentacles here with 43. It's like someone is going into the depths of someone else's soul, and they are pulling up archives, information of like different soul ties you may have with other people. Now, the particular thing about this soul tie here is that the fact that this person can even retrieve this is different. Okay, so I'm gonna figure out what that's all about. But what this person is doing, or what you're doing, Taurus, take it how it resonates. So whoever the masculine is in this situation, what they're doing is they're like going through your mail. So let's think of your subconscious mind as like a mailbox. Okay, your inbox on your email. Maybe there are people that you have blocked out, right? You don't talk to them, but there's a file that had a code that was code locked. And in that file, they're like memories of any person you've ever dated. Each person has their own compartmentalized folder inside of your inbox. Okay, feminines. And what's happening is you are aware that you have archived these people. You know, when they say that statement of like you dropped your hose or you let go of all your ninjas or something like that. You know how they just make that meme about how you drop them and you can pick them back up. This person is trying to make sure you have gotten rid of it to the point of those archives, to the point where you would never pick back up those. You would never pick back up those ninjas or those hoes. Okay, you see what I'm saying? And so they have opened up. How the fuck did they figure out your code 1221? How the hell did they figure out your code to these archives to even be able to review? Okay, because they're reviewing your memories. So imagine someone in a room, in a dark room, with a projector that's playing a movie trailer, that's playing a whole movie of every person you've ever dated, the memories that you shared with them. They're watching it, they're replaying it, they're pulling it up, they're investigating it, they're looking at all aspects of what may have even attracted you to that person. They're looking at what did you hate about that person, what caused it not to work. Now mind you, this is information, this is stored information sitting there in your inbox under these files. But like I said, I gotta figure out how the hell they got into it. And so this person is unraveling you. I don't know if you're aware of this, or you're unraveling someone, Taurus, by accessing parts of their psyche or their subconscious realm that has housed this storage. This is an offshore storage now. So if you're not aware of it now, I suggest you get aware of it, because like I said, the model in reverse, I'm telling you. We have the magician in the mirror in reverse, and unlimited potential in reverse. So someone wants to get down to the bottom of why you don't believe in love. Why are you scared of love? Why are you scared to let someone of trusting another person? Look at that earth element. What bad relationships did you go through that prevented you from being aware? Now how they're, you know how I asked, how are they doing this? Spirit is saying that they could do this in a multitude of ways. Okay, they really can. I need a deck. They could do this through tarot. They could do this through divination. They can do this with a lot of different things. Okay. Spirit, how are they doing this? They have this intellectual ability. They know how to, they may have a lot of Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius in their charts that allows them to concentrate for long periods at a time, even while multitasking. They may have a very intelligent way of communicating. They get people just naturally start telling them about their past, their present, their future. They also receive visions. They receive visions. They get imprints and impressions, or you do, Taurus. They know how to stimulate people. It's just something about them. They're psychic. Okay. So, there is a situation that this person is definitely evaluating. This is also someone, Taurus, or you, that I'm going to say you. This is you, Taurus. You're doing this, Taurus. There's masculine Taurus. You're doing this. Yep. I'm seeing you say things like all the good girls are taken or all the good guys are taken. Masculine Taurus. Yeah. And that they're always being taken by players or bad guys, bad boys. So it's been a long time since you have been able to successfully get to another person that you desired to see that they were falling for a bad girl or a bad guy. So in this particular situation, now that you have come across someone that you personally want to pursue, you feel like there is a potential distraction coming up in this King of Wands energy that may be trying to come in and communicate with someone that you want, Taurus, before you're able to come in, before you're able to. And you hate that. You hate that there's a possibility that someone else is able to block a good thing for you. And so I do sense that part of you wants to give constructive criticism to this Queen of Wands energy. Like, you should know better. Like, you should know better. You may feel as if feminine energies that haven't had father figures in their lives or role models in their life, real role models in their life, don't really know how to make a good decisions for themselves, or they struggle with trusting their instincts when they come across someone that's like a player or someone that is bad for them. And so from your experience, okay, because I feel like you have to know a lot. You're a lot older, a lot mature. From your experience, when you directly go and talk to that person and say, hey, listen, that's a bad person, that's a bad girl or guy that you're trying to entertain, people tend to it tends to bring those two people closer together. From your experience, it brings people like that closer together, because it's almost like they're hardwired to protect each other, even though the other person can show them time and time again that they're not the better option, they're not the better choice, and you walk away feeling completely dissatisfied or disappointed in the person that you're pursuing. Okay, so you want to rescue someone from having to feel like I messed up. You want to help someone not mess up a good thing for themselves. And I see that. And I feel like the reason why you want to help someone not mess up a good thing for themselves is because you have seen this time and time again, where they'll get so close and then they'll fall. Then they start to not believe that they're good enough. And it's like, why? It's almost to a point of slight obsession. Like, why don't you think you're good enough? What is really preventing you? So you don't even realize that you have become some type of spiritual surgeon. So when you look at, yes, the King of Pentacles in reverse, you look at certain things, you may really open a person up in a way where you start to really dissect certain things, and then you're able to come up with this diagnosis. And I don't even think you have a license for this, but it is a gift nonetheless. Your spiritual team is, and you're aware of this. Now here's where I don't think you were expecting your spiritual team to set you up, because they want me to tell you the truth. Okay, your spiritual team knows that this about you, where you have pretty much made up in your mind that you're just here helping other people. You're just here to tell people what they need to know so that way they can make better choices because you couldn't make them for yourself. But somewhere along the line, while you were trying to open up Pandora's box and break into codes of people's psychological and spiritual hangups and you know, releasing the chains off of people and stuff like that, you're very important, right? Somewhere along the line, you stopped believing that it was ever going to happen for you directly. And your spiritual team led you to someone where you thought you were there, that they were your assignment. You thought, masculine Taurus now, you thought they were your assignment. You thought you were here to save them from themselves. Okay. And it's not saying it's coming from a bad, that's blah, 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 blah. Okay. It's not Hotel Transylvania. Okay. It's not saying that it's coming from a bad place. Okay, Batman. What I'm saying to you is that, your intentions are good. Your intentions are valid. You are restoring the divine feminine in your own way. Now, I don't think that you are someone that's abusing that power by trying to fix them for your own selfish gain and have them be like a part of your cult or your coven. No, I don't feel like you're doing that. I feel like you're equipping them with the information and the insight into themselves that allows them to go off and be the best version of themselves in their relationships. That's the type of God's work that I'm talking about, okay? Because there are it's hard for divine feminine energies to trust anyone, especially of masculinity, because those authority figures have really abused that power. Okay? Somewhere along the line, with how many people that you've come encounter with, how many souls that you've helped, how many, feminine energies you've given advice to, whatever it is, however it is you have been of some type of healing connoisseur of change and growth, you have pretty much determined that there's kind of no one that can fit your expectations. You know what I'm saying? Like, the more it's like being a doctor and all you see, or a psychologist, and all you see is mental cases, right? Eventually, when you never run into something that's on the same level as you, eye to eye, face to face, it can make you look at just everyone like the whole world is broken. I have determined that I am not included in any of the advice that I'm given, and I am just giving advice to everybody else to rehabilitate y'all. But ain't nobody, it's difficult to see someone on the same emotional, spiritual, and mental capacity as you. You get what I'm saying? Now, I feel like in a lot of ways that has kind of played out in your mind, where you have decided that you don't want anybody that aspires to be in the spotlight, or you don't want anyone that has a lot of, like, you don't want anyone in the same field as you. So if you're a doctor, you don't want to date another doctor. If you're like a reader, you don't want to date another reader. If you're an intuitive, you're like, I don't want to date another intuitive. There's something about at this point, it'd be so much better to be with someone that just doesn't know as much as you, or but even that feels wrong. So you have been in this uncomfortable space of, I'm just not gonna date. I'm just going to be the good person for so many people for so long. But like I said, your spiritual team has set you up. That's what I'm saying. They have set you up because you're a death angel. You bring about transformation. And so they allowed you to believe because they didn't want you to have no idea. Yes, with this 7 of Cups here, you wouldn't have seen this coming even if you wanted to see this coming. 7 of Swords and the 7 of Cups. You and someone else were knee deep in your masculine energies. The feminine energy was like compartmentalized. Y'all compartmentalize your feminine energy so y'all could focus on career, power, and your purpose. Now, with all of that energy, there is you have trust issues because you've seen a lot of people playing games and manipulating energies to get what it is that they want, right? Boom. So this is how you find yourself in situations where your spiritual team guided you and someone else to each other, but it didn't start off like that. But they knew that you would remember, you would have like deja vu, or you would remember your past lives together. And you would eventually, and so the phase that you're in right now is remembering who you are to each other. Yes. That life is over. That fear of it not working out is over. That was in that lifetime. So though you may be going through that recall of memories, we have death here in reverse. They're saying it's not prophesied to end the same way this lifetime. So if you're afraid like, oh, our love is forbidden and never works, we always end up dying in every lifetime where we end up not being able to be together. It's not meant to happen this way, this lifetime. The only thing that would guarantee, just like the little fable or the story I gave you earlier, is you trying to avoid the inevitable. That's the demise of the both of you. You trying to avoid the inevitable. You're going to have to go through life taking on the challenges of life together. The 5 of Wands in reverse, it doesn't have to affect the both of you though. You guys are meant to walk through the valley of the shadow of death and fear nothing, and not even each other. And that's what Spirit is trying to get you to see. The last thing you want to do is try to avoid that prophecy, and then it comes with a bigger price, because it could affect so many different people and so many different lives. Like, you know, maybe it's better. I don't know what's going on, but this is an opportunity to break some type of karma, break some type of past life karma. But you got to see it as that opportunity. You got to choose, because I feel like you're at that hour of you accepting your calling or you rejecting it. When they sent that baby to be killed and they aborted it or they rejected it, that was an act of fear that caused them to preservation of themselves, survival mode. They were only doing it for the preservation of themselves. Damn. And this could go for y'all as well, that says like, I don't know if I can take on the responsibility of a mantle or whatever comes with the role that may come in connection with being or dealing with each other. That's also what of fear, survival mode. It'd be easier. This depiction of what easier looks like is stemming from that same lesson here. There's a lesson, crossroad. I feel like 9 of Pentacles in reverse. You're not meant to go the rest of this journey separate. You and someone else are meant to go the rest of this journey together. So you guys are going to have to hear. Let's say, for example, somebody works in a career where they have to talk to a lot of women, like I just described. The person that they're with is going to have emotional intelligence and emotional intelligence and control to be able to discern that this masculine energy is helping these women, not trying to sleep with those women or be with those women. You get what I'm saying? And same thing for whatever the divine feminine's life purpose is. That masculine energy is going to have to be confident to know that whatever it is she has to talk about, she has to do for work, who she has to interact with, is just that, an interaction. You feel what I'm saying? That's like saying I doubt Swiss Beats was getting all hot in the collar by watching Usher and Alicia Keys dance so closely together. At some point, you got to get out of your own way. And like he said, we don't do jealousy over here. So this is a journey of knowing what you have and what you have in each other is solid as a rock. Regardless of what it looked like. You know how many people jumped on that trend of, oh my God, Usher breaking homes, and oh my God, all because of one insecure baby daddy. One insecure baby daddy making a public spectacle of Keke Palmer. His own fucking baby mama, he made a public spectacle of. What sense does that make? But he couldn't help but to be that jealous of a experience. Keke Palmer was there for an experience. You know what I'm saying? Every single song that person write, they have to connect with other souls outside of just you. You feel me? It's not always about you. It can't be all about you, is what I'm saying. Not every song somebody writes is always about you. Not every reading someone gives is always about you. Not every depiction or example is always about an attack, a personal attack on you. And that's where discernment has to really come in. Maturity has to really come in. Because in order for you to connect with empathy, you have to connect to people. And a lot of actors, entertainers, they are very empathic. Where that's why they embody the energy that they are conveying. And that's why it goes so deep. And that's why so many people resonate with it years and years down the line. So, like I said, the song here, this is a cop-out. The model in reverse, feeling as if someone's not going to fit the mold. That's someone, I feel like that is someone else. Someone's giving bad advice here in regards to someone. They're like, oh, it's never going to work. Something like that. This could be your friend or somebody like that. That's pretty much like, I don't know. You know, you want to go for this type of person. You want to go for that type of person. Trust your intuition above all else, because what I'm seeing here is someone's trying to tell you who you should aspire to be with. And then that's just to fit the facade. Okay, you have to remember, there's the representative, the person that everyone gets to meet. And then there's you. Okay, you're not required to give the entire world the inward parts of you. It's already enough that they get to experience the representative of you. But it's okay. Give yourself permission to keep certain things for yourself and outside of your home. Because this King of Cups energy in reverse is, I don't know if this person is trying to sneak around and play matchmaker. Okay. I feel like you could have a friend, family member, or someone out there, Taurus, that's trying to change you indirectly. through emotionally manipulating a situation for you to feel isolated or you to feel lonely. And this is that type of cult shit that people do when they try to make you feel isolated from the collective or the group of people from a particular community. And they'll do certain shit like, I know that you're going to be able to sense that I'm not talking to you, or I'm not speaking to you or communicating to you. Excommunication type of energy, right? Eight of Cups is like, but if you were still with someone, if you were still dating someone, if you were able to, if you were living up to some type of role model role, then I would be okay with coming to your house or being around you, or you coming to my house and being around me. Someone is trying to make you feel like they don't want to be around you because you're not living in the same model or fashion that they represent or that they support. They're not telling you that to your face, but that is the intended suggestion. And it's designed to get you to feel like isolated. I can't do this on my own. I need friends. I need family. You need 5 of Wands. You need people having your back and people supporting you in order to feel confident in your decision. And all of this is to get you to be open to the indirect suggestion of someone trying to get back with you. Yeah. It's a casted illusion or spell to have you start a new chapter and wonder whether or not you're making the right decision in regards to moving on with your life. This is how family and friends try to indirectly convince you that you need to be staying with unhealthy, toxic relationships. Now, with the 7 of Cups here, this is telling me root work or magic. And if they don't physically dibble or dabble in it, then what they're doing is trying to be around you or create opportunity. Whenever they are around you, you would feel the impression. You would feel the indirect impression of their intentions without them ever having to really suggest it. Those are the ways in which people play that little manipulative tactic. And lucky for you, I grew up in a very narcissistic family, so I would know how they do this, right? When you grow up in those types of dynamics, it's just at this phase on the journey, it just becomes insightful information to help other people just know, oh, somebody trying to do, they in cahoots all with each other, trying to change your course of your trajectory. And they're trying to force you to be a chip cup because you're a healed person. They're trying to make you a beggar because you're doing way better in your life than they are. And they're bothered. But they can never tell you that because they would have to admit that they're haters. So the only way to hate on you is to pretty much try to put you back in a position where they felt like you were beneath them. Because again, it would really hurt their pride for them to have to come out of their mouths and admit that you've always been better than them, that they're scary and you're not. And they don't want to, admit that. You had the confidence to do what they could never. They just mad. This right here is what confirmed it for me, really. You've walked away. This was an intention to make you emotionally deplete yourself. Hey, is there something going on? Is something wrong? You do not care. You have to care. See, this is what they do. And if they know that you're too strong to care about these types of intentions, what do? They try to hurt the people closest to you. Family, children, friends. That's what narcissists do. Especially these covert ones. Covert narcissists like to play in your psyche like that. And you know who they like to play with the most? Innocent children. You know why? Because they're still grown baby children themselves. They never grew up. Their growth was stunted. And so they have to find gullible, young, innocent children or adults that still behave like children and play puppeteer. So spirit is pretty much saying, that's not you though. It's not going to work. Whatever thoughts that they're projecting, whatever illusions they're casting, it's already been picked up on. Okay? It's already been caught. Your spiritual team already caught them. They want you back into some type of traditional belief system or lifestyle. This is the craziest shit. They may want you to come back to their belief systems. I don't know. The truth of the matter is they want to network with you. And you're just not something that they want to lose, because you're that much of a golden egg. Okay? You possess the Midas touch. And that's just on period. But they can't really, you intimidate them. So they want you to dim your light so they feel more important, more relevant. This is how they spiritually castrate you. Male or female, don't even matter. Let's get your closing messages. I feel like we need to get one of these. I keep hearing that song on replay. I'm not scared of lions and tigers and bears, but I'm scared of... You ain't gotta be scared of shit. See, clean energy food. Yep. When you fuel your body with healthful organic diet, with a healthful, I never heard it like that. Okay. When you fill your body with a healthful organic diet, you increase your energy levels and ability to focus. This automatically leads to more efficiency, better ideas, and a higher vibration, which attracts golden opportunities and beneficial relationships. Just so you know, this is not for everybody, but for who it's for. When these liars or people come around you, whether they stop by your house, whether they call you on the phone, whether you see them in passing, let them, pass over. Because that's all they're going to do, pass over. Eventually, they're 1 minute, gone the next minute. Okay, they're not hurting you, they're harming themselves, really. Yeah, we have do the work. It's not enough to dream or pray. You also got to take the positive action steps that are being divinely guided to take. Consistently working on your priorities will make them flourish like a lush flower garden. Last card, we have organize for success. Do not let the word organize intimidate you, as it is simply a way for you to ensure clarity of purpose. Organizing your thoughts, your reports, your living and workspace, and your finances will help you work and plan your next action steps. All right, Taurus, I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.